this Nigerian Islamic terrorist who tried to murder, thank God for that Dutch guy who stopped him. But look what it says here. Washington, D.C. Imam Abdul Alim Musa attempted Christmas Day plane bombing. He says the work of the U.S. government and the Mossad. The Mossad is the Israeli intelligence, right? Okay. Following are excerpts of a TV debate from Abdul Alim Musa, Imam of the Islam Mosque, Washington, D.C., and George Mason University professor Jack Goldstone. I didn't get all of it. It was too sickening and nauseating, but let's just give you a little bit of what the man said. Abdul Alim Musa, on the subject of the bombing, right, and I quote, "I am just going to go straight to the point. If you go back for the last 20 years from the first World Trade Center bombing in '93, this is our view from those who we said it then and we say it now, and this is the belief in the Muslim world. 90% of the bombing plots, or this plot or that plot, we believe is done by and with the help and the aid of the Mossad," that's the Israeli intelligence, "and the United States government." 90%, Brother Hamoudi, of all the terrorist attacks are done by the United States government and the Israeli intelligence. Did you know that? Well, I tell you, this guy must be a genius. We believe, okay, it says, this is our experience. We believe that whoever this guy is from Nigeria, we don't believe he has any ties with Islam. How about his teachers? How about the people who elected him to be the head of the London Islamic Student Society? You know, this guy, he doesn't have any ties. Not just with our mosque in Washington, D.C., but with Islam. These guys are out to lunch. These guys have absolutely no reality. If you believe that, I mean, what kind of truth do you believe in? It's just amazing. If you talk about the World Trade Center bombing, all of these things are done. I can give you two quick reasons. It'll solve the problem. Number one, to blame these things on Muslims. That's good. United States government killed 3,500 people in September 11, 2001, took down an icon, the World Trade Centers, to prove to America that Muslims are bad. Can you believe that? Listen, you get the Patriot Act. You get the anti-terrorism bill. You get a right to what they call stop, put a freeze on the global Islamic movement, which has been spreading. Yeah, it's been spreading. That's why you have the Islamic terrorist acts that have been taking place, growing and developing. You get a chance to launch missiles, to kill, and to put a freeze on the Islamic movement. But the Islamic movement is only the first target. Then he goes about to talk about how really this is a big conspiracy. The American government wants to control its people. They're already doing that. Yeah. So did you know that? So I think we could make a lot of money. Just sell bumper stickers for the Muslims, and we're not allowed to do this, you know, but the Jews did it, quotation marks, and that solves all of the Islamic argument. The Jews did it. Can you believe it? That Nigerian guy in Michigan getting ready to get arraigned in the court, he would be surprised to know that he's a Jew working for the American government. That's a black Jew. He must be related to Sammy Davis Jr. I don't know. Let's go on. Next story. At least 12 former Guantanamo jihadists have rejoined. By the way, I think we got a picture of that black Jew. Can we see a picture of that Abdul Muttalib, the guy who blew up the airplane, or tried to blow up the airplane on Christmas? We want to show everybody, this is the guy that, according to one of the there he is, according to the head imam in Washington, D.C., this guy is a Jew, and he's working for the United States government. He's a Zionist Jew who's getting paid off by the Mossad and the CIA. You know, he doesn't look Jewish. What do you think?
I don't know. I don't see any Jewish characteristics.
Well, you guys call in and let us know about his Jewish types. By the way, Muslims, call in and tell us what tribe is he from. All right, is he from Judah, Levi, Dan, Naphtali? Let's go on. Quraysh, oh, by the way, that's just threw that in there to see if you're listening. Okay, at least 12 former Gitmo jihadis have rejoined the jihad in Yemen. All of these, the Guantanamo Bay business. Barack Hussein Obama, one of the things, I'm going to close Guantanamo Bay. Oh, that's a terrible thing. Bush and those meanie Republicans, you know, were being too tough on the terrorists. As a matter of fact, Bush and the meanie Republicans let some of those Guantanamo Bay terrorists leave, and guess what they did? Actually, it's amazing. You should find out. They went to Saudi Arabia, And the Saudi Arabian government said, oh, we'll take care of them. They put them in a rehabilitative art therapy. Did you know that?
Yeah, the art therapy.
They did all kind of finger paintings and all this kind of stuff. I guess it was of killing people. I don't know. Anyways, at least 12 former Guantanamo jihadists, all Muslims, by the way, have rejoined the jihad in Yemen. Go figure. Maybe we shouldn't close Guantanamo after all. It says, at least a dozen former Guantanamo Bay inmates have rejoined al-Qaeda to fight in Yemen. The Times has learned amid growing concern over the ability of the country's government to accept almost 100 more former inmates from the detention center. That's great, Obama. Let's just let all the Muslim terrorists out of the Guantanamo. You know, I don't think you should send them to Yemen. I mean, if you're going to be like that, just put them in New York City, you know? I mean, how about Washington, D.C.? How about get them an apartment near the White House? You know, I mean, this is ridiculous. Ridiculous, ridiculous. The Obama administration has promised to close the Guantanamo facility by January 22nd, a deadline that will be unable to meet. Go figure. Has the Obama administration kept any of their promises? Except, of course, to try to kill more babies through abortion legislation. Yes, we're getting ready to take a break in just a moment, by the way. The 91 Yemeni prisoners in Guantanamo make up the largest national contingent among the 198 being held. 6 prisoners were returned to Yemen last month. After the Christmas Day bomb plot in Detroit, U.S. officials are increasingly concerned that the country that they're sending terrorists back to is becoming a hotbed of terrorism. Can you imagine? I wonder why it's suddenly becoming a hotbed of terrorism. Could it be that we're sending back the most dangerous, the most criminal, the highest terrorist in all of Al-Qaeda that we had in Guantanamo? We're sending them back to Yemen, and all of a sudden Yemen is becoming a hotbed of terrorism. I wonder why. When are we going to learn? When are we going to learn? 11 of the former inmates known to have rejoined Al-Qaeda in Yemen were born in Saudi Arabia. The organization merged in Saudi and Yemeni offshoots last year. A Yemeni, Hani Abdul Shalan, who was released from Guantanamo in 2007, was killed in an airstrike December 17th, goes on. And it says down here, Jeff Morrell, the spokesman for the Pentagon, says, and I quote, "This is a large question that goes beyond the issue of transferring detainees. The bulk of the remaining detainees are from Yemen, and that has been the case for a long time. We are trying to work with the Yemeni government on this." What's that going to do? Yemeni government's asking us to help save them from the Shia rebels. Well, we got a lot more to talk about. Our time's out. We're going to have to take a break. We're going to come back. We're going to talk about more irony in Islam, more utter insanity in the United States of America. I know we've got callers. You just hold on. I'm going to make you a little bit madder before I let you talk, and we'll be right back from the break in just a moment.